It's adventure time!
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and we finally have Wilds of Eldraine, which means we can build with amazing new commanders like Beluna Grandsquall. This is an adventures deck, which means it's all about casting adventures and spells with adventures. There's a bunch of cards that care about your adventure spells, like Lucky Clover, which doubles them, just like the Chancellor of Tales, copying those instant sorceries and other such things that you cast on adventure. And then there's things that care about you casting the creature, like Edgewall Innkeeper, or Lozhan, Dragon's Legacy. I guess that's actually when you cast the adventure side for Lozhan. We have cards that care about adventures in this deck, and we have a way to get them into our hand. Beluna Grandsquall actually has an adventure on herself. If you seek thrills with her, then you're going to pay 5 mana at instant speed to get a bunch of adventures into your hand. The higher the density of adventures in your deck, the better this ability is. And also, she's a 3 mana 4/4 that discounts your adventure creatures and other permanents. It's mostly creatures. There's like the two-handed axe, for example, as a non-creature adventure. It's cool. It's right there. Beluna Grandsquall, though, is one of the cooler cards because it really does feel like you're playing with a bunch of cards that are not necessarily that powerful on their own, but combined together, you get this synergy, you get a lot of tempo, and you're going to say, wow, Amy, you sure did put a bunch of counterspells in this deck. Yes, because that's how you protect Beluna and you get ahead. Now, most of these adventures are instant speed. A bunch of them are sorcery only, but the cheaper ones are the ones that are sorcery only, so you can kind of get the value on the battlefield, hold up mana for something like a counterspell or another adventure spell, and then play these higher-end creatures and just other neat creatures as they come out. I also was tipped off to a very cool interaction with Lier. Lier lets you recast adventures from your graveyard, which then puts the creatures on adventure so you can cast them again from exile. It's just kind of a way to get more value. We also have Vivian Reed. Since our spells are mostly actually creatures, our instants and sorceries are all just on creatures, we can put them into our hand using Vivian. I also threw in a nice big high-end card, Coma, and the Great Henge, because we have a lot of creatures in this deck, because they're cards that I like, they're cards that are fun, and we're going to take Beluna Grandsquall, and we're going to be stealing, well, a couple of big goodies. If you guys haven't seen Beluna's role in this story, she keeps stealing things like the Great Henge and Midnight Clock. It's very fun. She's a criminal even if her card isn't a criminal. Also, just a brief acknowledgement. I know I was gone for a while. I was at DragonCon. So this is our first Brawl Stars back in a while. And also, RIP Steve H. of Smash Mouth. He passed away this week. And I am not changing the intro to our Brawl Stars because, gosh, y'all know I love that song. I keep Astro Lounge in my car. It's one of my favorite CDs. All right, we're going into the queue to do some adventuring. Yay! It's playing Yorion. It's blue, white, blink. Got an honor. An elusive honor. Something that's hard to block. Get some good damage in. It's a tricksy little guy. And I am going to play it on turn 1. Turn 1 elusive honor rather than waiting for the Grove's bounty. Cold Steel Heart, they're ramping. They're ramping and I'm holding up counterspells. 2 of them. Arcane Signet. You know, I actually will counter your Signet. Stop ramping, please. Nice. This will draw them a card. Go, little otter, go. Are there any decks I'm eager to upgrade? Yes. Pretty much anything that has good enchantments is going to get various new upgrades from this, which is great. I'm not going to Tails End that ability. Nice. Use this. Grab a little blue. Excuse me, I said grab a little blue. Swing in. If they try to block, we carve. What a good otter you are. You're so cute. This set has 2 new otters in it, and they're both great. Make a bird, put it into hand. What's the vibe? Draw a card. Okay, and now they'll bounce it. Bouncing the adventure cards is kind of iffy, though, since it lets me recast the adventure side again. My sweet little otter returns to the battlefield. It's tempting to copy some adventures here. Elsewhere Flask. Why would you want to change what your lands are? My best guess is this is just another bounceable 2-cost artifact for Yorion. I'm seeking thrills. Mill 7. Get some adventures, assuming this resolves. Nice! We got 3 cards, which is kind of like getting 6 cards. Thank you, adventures. We love you, adventures. Get out my Chancellor of Tales to try to double some removal. Copy it. Yes, please. I'll take out the... You want to take out Ramp? They have so much mana. Maybe one of the blinkables. Like a rune. I'll take out the blinkable. Moonshaker Cavalry enters the battlefield, gives these flying and a big buff. That's 10 damage. I'm taking it. And I think I took out the Eder Cap from this deck. Destroys a flyer. Here comes Beluna. No attacks. We can hold up our various counterspells and tricky business. I think that that's a fine move to do. Moonshaker swinging in for 6. And they know what's coming. I feel like I made it kind of obvious I was like holding up a counter spell. We have a wash away too. And looking at what adventures I have in the graveyard, I don't. Great. We still get doubles on these, but they're not that interesting. The double strike is kind of nice. Swing in with the Elusive Otter. And Beluna. Get my double strike. Yes, please. Bing bong. And because I still want to be holding open some of these other spells, we could either play like the fairy. I could play this and just say, fine, Yorion's coming out. Thankfully, Yorion does a delayed blink. This is the biggest thing I could get down now. Now I'll go for the Garenbrig Carver. Kind of play it safe with the wash away. Swing in again with the Moonshaker Cavalry. I'm taking 6. Here comes Yorion. But no. Sorry, Yorion. I just can't handle you right now. Oh, a frolicking familiar. Oh my gosh, this thing is so cute. Can I get to lethal damage this turn? The answer is maybe. No sky noodles allowed. No skanoodles allowed. No skanoodling. We swing in. The damage is lethal. We also had a blocker in the air, just in case we needed it. Good game, Yorion. Orvar, the All Form. Going to be hard to target this guy with abilities because there's a lot of spells that give your own creatures hexproof in this deck. It's going to be all about cloning by targeting your own creatures with spells. What do I have? I have an Otter, and a Shield Breaker, Vivian, and a Worm. Sure, I've got all three of my colors. That seems good enough for me. And I'm going to start with this itty-bitty Otter. I imagine I'm going to have to break some sort of artifact, since blue only has access to so much ramp. Attack again with the Otter. And I'm going to just try to land Beluna Grandsquall. Now, I assume this is going to be countered. Yep, Dory Disruption. Great. Aether Channeler. Drawing a card. Offer a trade. Can't be blocked by creatures with power lower, right? Yep. Mono blue doing mono blue things. I do not do voice acting. Especially not now. My throat is burnt out from being at a convention. Why some snow, some not? I have no dang idea. Have a shield breaker. Blink of an eye. I have cast an adventure, so I get to draw a card. Also, hexproof. Beseech and Mirrors up to $60. Well, I guess it represents copies 5 through 8 of Sheoldred, right? Frost Titan comes down, taps this down, locks it down. Drawing a card. Hang the 2. Frost Titan comes back down. I have another flyer for next turn. I assume anything I play will be bounced. I'm gonna use this bean. pay the extra 2. Ice! To thank you for the 15-month resub! We're down to 4 life remaining. Our Storyteller Pixie will be untapping next turn. Blue. Torrential Gearhulk lets them recast Blink of an Eye. They can't kick it, though. Still very strong. And in great news, we can try. No hexproof, no whammies. Hey! Are we getting there? We stomp. And we win! Yeah! Love a little prowess otter to get the job done. So cute. Just look at it. It's so... Look at this thing. It's incredible. I love it. Good game. Ariette of the Charmed Apple. A very tricky card to play against because she's going to be putting auras on all of my creatures and some of my other permanents. Those auras are going to make me unable to attack her and going to drain me for life every single turn. I'm going to keep this hand, though. Even though it only has 1 adventure, it has a way to double some adventures. We got a Lucky Clover in hand. Perfect for reaching from the lagoon. I will say one warning, though. I'm going to have to wait until they attack with 2 creatures because the Horned Lock Whale, if I only have 1 valid target, is going to be gone, because if you double it with this Lucky Clover out, then the actual Horned Lock Whale will see no valid targets because you already put the actual valid target into the deck and the spell will fizzle. We don't want that. Do not want it. Okay, they're taking their sweet, sweet time. By the way, I have confirmation now that it is Ariette and not Arietti. Somebody looked at the audiobook that they released for the stories from this set because they had a narrator, a narrator who I believe is just an employee at Wizards of the Coast, do readings of the stories. And once you have somebody from Wizards of the Coast saying something officially, that's how you gotta say it. So it's Ariette of the Charmed Apple. Ariette, who is burning the rope. Ariette, who I guess is taking her sweet, sweet time. There we go, and that's a keep. They are, wow, they are really contemplating this first land, huh? I think Ariette is one of the best commanders that you could play for this. Because of the fact that their commander costs 3 mana. For next turn, I'm probably going to want to hold open Tail's End rather than do Lucky Clover. And also, as I mentioned, like, the only thing I'd be copying right now, this early in the game, isn't something I really want to be copying. So we have our blue, we have our green, we have our red, and we have a Tail's End. We also have a whale that lives in a lake that can just pop out at any time. Get down our Stomping Grounds. Up to 4 mana and a Call of the Ring. Nice. That will give them some good ring temptations. Hey, this can also counter their commander. That's kind of nice. This is another one of those, like, you don't really want to be copying it. So I'm just going to wait here. They're tempted by the ring, but they have no ring bearer, so they can't draw the extra card. Ooh, and they're passing right back to me. Kind of love that. I don't really want to seek thrills with this hand so full. So let's throw down the Clover. Might be blanking my own sprite, but that is totally fine. A nice little Lucky Clover. You dare play something that I can't get rid of? I couldn't counter it. It's not legendary and it costs 4, not 3. But if she attacks me... Ooh, she's going straight to the bottom of the deck. But I want them to attack with 2 things, or I blanked my own spell, as we said before. Ooh, hi, Lier. I'm actually going to pop down this Fabled Passage, crack it open for blue. Lier does stop me from countering spells, and that's totally fine. This is also the alchemy version of Lier, which I don't know why Lier is still the alchemy version, because Lier rotated out of alchemy. Yeah. Yeah, Lier is out of alchemy right now. I don't really need to do that since I'm planning on yeeting that to the bottom of the deck. It's still in Standard, but it's not in Alchemy, because Alchemy had a rotation, but Standard did not. There we go. I was able to decline. It doesn't really make a difference, though, because this is going to the graveyard. It's okay. We can get it back with Lier. All according to plan. Aww! Amanda, thank you so much for gifting us up to Caffeinated Gamer! Go ahead and take advantage of this Uro. Oh, I got the Truthful Snoot. Sweet baby. More importantly, I'm going to mill the heck out of myself and put so many cards into my hand. If I play creatures, they're going to start putting auras on those creatures. I can't be having that. Okay, we're gonna mill the heck out of ourselves, and then we have Uro ready to go. They are fully tempted by the ring, by the way. Sarah Paragon returns. I can technically counter these. Not that it makes that much of a difference because Sarah Paragon's ability lets them recast one again anyway. They went for the Fabled Passage. By the way, it is super risky to seek thrills and limited with this card. Milling 7 is a lot. That's a lot of cards. Especially if you don't have like a crazy high density of adventures. They are considering which move to make next. Would you like to recast your Rafine's Guidance? You've got the 3 mana for it. You could also play Ariette. They're just doing Rafine's Guidance. That's totally fine. And we go crazy with a Thrill Seeker. 2 in hand. Mill another 7. And another 3 in hand. Keep Beluna on an adventure. And now we can just, like, throw Uro out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, get rid of all those lands. That was a 5-mana draw 5. Yep. Isn't it nice? At least, I think it's pretty nice. Lucky Clover. I'm just going to be dropping a couple of things here. The Truffle Snout. I'm looking for lands. Rimrock. Failed to find lands. That's totally fine. Biggest issue here is I did leave myself with less mana than I would need for Hypnotic Sprite. Dot Cadols, thank you for the tier 1 sub, and thank you for subbing for 3 months all at the same time. Uro's practically an adventure card. He's practically an adventure card. We could just put Uro back into hand. Ooh. An ossification. What do you plan on ossifying? Kind of surprised they didn't try to ossify Uro. Hey. Sup? You can get rid of my Lona Whirlwind speaker. That's fine. They turned my Loam speaker into a chair, but it's like a very nice chair. I think. Uro again. Where are those lands at? Nice. Found a land. Just tempering our tempo. I can get rid of the counter spells in my graveyard because Lier can't bring them back anyway. Or, well, you can cast them. You just don't want to cast them. Well, you shouldn't want to cast them. I guess some of you might want to cast them. Please don't cast them. Land, 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 land. Yeah, it's a land! I'm going to sit here with my Dread Linnorm. This is my combat trick. It gives hexproof and untaps. It's quite good. I can't block Stram anyway right now. That's kind of neat that Rafine's Guidance can actually target your opponent's things. Which is good for Ariette if you're trying to stop things from attacking you. Ariette, I need to build this deck. It looks so fun. This is a historic Brawl game. So it is a type of Brawl. Ooh, a cruel reality. Trying to make me sacrifice things. That's okay. I'm ready to bounce. Go boing, boing. Okay. We bounce. We copy. We... I Yeah, good for you, my boy. You just move it around. Boing. Boing! And since we have extra mana, we can make some treasures. 2 mana for 2 mana. They have too many cards in hand and have to discard. Nice. Hey, Coma! Yes, we do have 2 just Simic good stuff cards in this deck. I added them kind of late to building the deck. It was legit one of those just... Dang, this deck sure would be better if it had better cards in it. Oh, I know! Coma! It's genius! Our own Lucky Clover. What is this? 2020? Yeah, welcome to the Teamer Adventures deck of the standards of old. Hi, Shram! Bye, Shram. My fairy goes away too, because this gets double countered. Now, even if they do cruel reality me, oh, I've got creatures to sacrifice. Creatures for days. They could also enchant one of these to stop me from attacking with it, and slowly drain me for life. Ooh, the One Ring! They have protection. I'm still going to attack with Uro, though, because, you know. Ooh, unless they do that. I do have a bunch of ways to get rid of Planar Disruption.
Happy birthday, Amy.
It's not my birthday, but thank you, Durzo Blint. It's my 5-year partner anniversary of Twitch. I have been on Twitch for so dang long. Yay, free snakes! Wait, hold up. What's in my graveyard right now? Oh my. Hey, Uro, again. I'm just going to hold my Dread Linnorm. Ooh, nice. Restless Vinestalk comes in tapped, though. Scalding Viper to punish our opponent if they're playing little tricky spells. And we have a bunch of instant speed abilities, just in case we need to follow up. By the way, yes, I know. Protection, I don't care. I have to attack. Could I have escaped Uro? Yes. But that's not what I want to do. I need to protect. I'm goated. Yeah, with the sauce. I guess I'll also give Beluna hexproof this turn and beef her up. She loves beef. Very into beef. Just like me. Very, very into beef. Now that is Wander or Settle the Wreckage mana. But I'm also like... I'm a brave girl, right? I'm a very brave girl. Settle the Wanderer mana. Yep. Oh, Angel of Grace. So they'll go to 1 mana. And then they can go back up to 10 mana next turn. They let the damage go through. I'm surprised they didn't try to kill the Viper. Go to 1. Now, let's see. Casting a big boy. Mana, not life. Life, but not mana. This is just me getting this back into this zone if I can. No, I can only do it for this one. Okay. Don't mind me. They're gonna die to the ring unless they do something about it. That's why I thought that they would they would let this die. Because if you let this die, I guess I could have tapped it down. Then they can set their life total back up to 10. They are a ring bearer, but they are so burdened by the ring that they die. Good game, Ariette. Falcospara Pact Weaver. Our opponent looks like they're going to be casting spells off the top of their deck at the cost of a counter. I have all of my colors here. I have a little bit of ramp off a treasure. I have a combat trick, another combat trick, and a way to destroy some artifact-based ramp, which, I mean, they're a deck with green. They don't need artifacts. They don't need artifacts, but they might play them anyway. Things like Arcane Signet are a must-have in most multicolored Brawl decks. Temple of Plenty, ooh. And a Swarm Shambler. Nice. Oh, right. I do have some good stuff in this deck. Like Ragavan. It's a good card. I'm gonna wait until they do something with the Swarm Shambler. I think that they'll probably just leave it back and activate it. Ooh, nice. Curian Beast Collar. They're left with 1 mana up. Doing the Taptivate there. And I'm going to make a treasure. Now that we've got some extra mana, I'm going to dash out Ragavan and see if they block. They did indeed block, so we could keep our Ragavan alive and go hog wild, or we could just get a single activation of Ragavan by giving it trample this turn. I feel like keeping Ragavan alive is cool, but against their deck, Ragavan's not going to be able to get through again. So I figure, use this trick, make another treasure, so kind of treasure for a treasure, see what we steal. It was Rishkar, can't play it unless we were to smash our own thing. That doesn't work. Great. I'm happy it got rid of the Beast Collar. I pretty much just treasured for treasure, though. Had we stolen a 1-drop, that would have been sick. Whoa, what is this? Bread for the Hunt? Oh, cares about +1/+1 counters and dealing combat damage. That's pretty neat. Can't say I'm familiar with that card. I could throw down a creature here, or we could hold up Seek Thrills. I think I'll just toss down Grabby Giant. Grabby Giant's a nice little 4/3 with Secret Reach. I've had a number of people so far, both in Limited and once in Constructed, swing into my Grabby Giant. Oh, it's definitely a Ravnica card, Dungeon Inner. I can tell it's a Ravnica card. Not many places have big old breeding vats. Okay, they have the Herd Baloth. There's a bunch of things that go infinite with Herd Baloth. I'll shock in this. Go for the swing. Gotta be aggressive. Be aggressive. I'll take a trade if you got one. Or we'll use one of our silly combat tricks with the Intrepid Truffle Snout. He's a truffle snoot. Just look at him. Awful cute. I'll play the Truffle Snout. And I'm also going to pop down the Bramble Familiar. Notably, the fetch quest on Bramble Familiar's pretty bad. It's pretty bad unless you have a deck filled with, like, extremely big things. Hydroid Crisis X equals 3. A card in hand, a life gained. Nice. Utopia Sprawl. Kind of just, like, even for mana. I'm actually going to use this. It doesn't have to be basic forest. And we're going to add red. So this now taps for an extra red. Don't want to just, like, buff that down? Attack first. I've got my Rimrock Knight ready to roll. Not blocking the Truffle Snoot. And just in case I get something that costs 1 green. Didn't. Doesn't matter. We still got 3 cards. By the way, that's an instant. It's so cool that you can hold that up. Oh, Picnic Ruiner. Hi, Falcospara. Falcospara comes in with a shield counter. Anything you want to be casting off the top? The fact that, like, this got me 3 adventures, which is kind of like getting 6 spells. It's like getting 6 cards. It's so cool. The amount of value you get can be so high. Nice, an Ozolith. Ozolith with that Herd Baloth could also get kind of nasty. They already used up the shield, which, that's smart. They also know that I have this blow-off steam here, which would be pinging for 1. I can get through it anyway. I think we'll just destroy that, though. Take out the Ozolith before it doubles any counters, or puts counters on anything. Attack alone with the Truffle Snoot, which gets me food. Deal our lovely 3 damage. And here comes a Beluna to now discount these creatures that we've got over here. Auto Tapper. Hates tapping my Bramble Familiar. Keep sipping water. Gotta stay hydrated. My throat is so sore from partying at DragonCon. Not a surprise. Ooh, nice! The Great Henge! That'll certainly get some counters onto things. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under their control, non-token, they'll be drawn a card as well. Falcospara, would you like to attack? Yes, they would. You have so many choices here. I'm going to start with Scry and a draw. See what's on top. I wonder if there is something they can cast on top here. Or just gain life. Oh, Heroic Intervention. Okay, so they're making themselves indestructible. There's nothing I would be doing here that would hurt them anyway. But it will probably stop me from attacking this turn. Just use this as a lovely turn to get some more stuff into play. I am going to beef up my 2 tramplers here. Green and blue. And we have our red there. I'm trying to decide if I want to Alping for 1. Great. Pass the turn. Luminar Casperate. Nice. That'll put more +1/+1 counters on things. I like seeing Falcospara as a +1/+1 counters. Nice! Hardened Scales will double their counters. Sorry, add 1 additional, not double. Shaper's Sanctuary, if I target their stuff, they'll draw a card. I mean, I'm mostly just targeting my own stuff right now. Herd Baloth spits out a 4/4 Beastie Boy. Oh, I'm about to go wild here. And we're attacking with you and you and you and you. Who dares block me? I think killing the Herd Baloth is a great idea, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to bounce this token. Yeah, you can draw a card. Makes my Frolicking Familiar grow. Did they get a protective spell? Yuan-Ti Scale Shield! That's going to make things indestructible, right? Nice. What a draw that was. Also blanks that. Do not get my fairy. Ooh, 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 ooh. And they have a lot of damage that they can turn around and hit me with. Move my commander to the command zone. Yes, please. Let's throw down some blockers. I could also pop down Beluna again. Pop the Beluna. Rimrock Knight can't block. Funny enough. But the rest of you can. I can also eat my food. What was this food from? It was from the snoot. The truffle snoot. What a good snoot it is. Duskshell Crawler is going to give all of their things with counters. Trample. It gets a counter. Yep. Gets one. Gives one. Putting it on the Herd Baloth makes it bigger and gets them a beast. How many other cards are there that make 4/4 beasts? Okay. I block like this and this. Do I survive? It's exactly lethal, so no. Oh no, I do, because I can eat the food. And I say, yummy. There are 12 cards to make 4/4 beasts. Nice. I feel like beasts are usually 3/3s these days. Combine Chrysalis and Azuri's Predation. I lived. Tribute to the World Tree gets them more counters, more cards drawn. Already at a consoles. Oh, getting a Cyclonic Rift off the top would be so powerful. Dang, that has reach. Hey, Uro. See if Uro can find me anything nice. Wash away, too little, too late. I can discard my hand and draw 2 more cards. Let's do it. I exiled too many things. Should have left only the adventures in their graveyard. That's what I've got. It is not enough. I'm gonna say good game. Take the damage. But oh, what a fun one it was. Good game. Elkospara. Ragadraga Gore-Guts Boss. That's a card I revealed. And it's a card that actually has a really great new card, Ruby, from Wilds of Eldraine. Also, just in general, whenever there's a new mana dork, Ragadraga might want to get it in the deck. Like Delighted Halfling, another very, very good card for Ragadraga. Hi, Ragadraga. I'm going to throw down Fabled Passage, crack it open to get blue, maybe green, blue. Next turn, we can throw down the Arcane Signet and then either destroy target artifact or hold open, wash away. Because they're going to be ramping. That's what their deck does. They play Mana Dorks. The Mana Dorks get bigger and stronger. Three mana. And a Visionary. They draw a card. Play our Rockfall Veil. Get down our Llanowar Elf. Luna's like, please cast me. No, I'm going to cast Seek Thrills. I like to party, just like you. I love that Beluna is like a giant who lives in the sky and just steals everything. She just steals. She's very relatable. That's a lot of mana dorks. Hi, Vivian. So now we're holding up the counterspell and Beluna's ability. For 1 mana, we attempt to wash away. Still left with 5 mana for Beluna. Gonna wash that human boar right out of my hair. I could almost afford to cast this again. Don't look at her. Primal Might! Okay. I accept this. We seek Thrills and we find 2 cards. We get the Bramble Familiar. Oh, whoops. I clicked wrong there. I pressed spacebar. So what happened there? This is important. When you're playing this card, you have to not press spacebar because it will try to put it back into exile rather than keeping it in exile on a command an adventure. It's very silly, right? Get on a mana dork. Another mana dork. Pass the turn. Hi, Ragadraga. Welcome back. These all untap. I will hesitantly block this. No tricks, no whammies, no kablammies. Yeah, it's a shame. It means that Beluna essentially got commander taxed, even though she didn't need to be. And now we go for Coma! Because Coma's just a super good card. If they have something that has the 7 or more cost, that could be dangerous. Thankfully, we're able to tap some things down. We have the Sword Code, the little bounce spell here. I also have the Truffle Stout. Very good, very cute, very sweet. I sit here and wait. Boop. Keep making snakes. Koma's in the deck for a reason. It's an insanely good card. Augur of Autumn, that's also a really good card because it lets you play lands and creatures off the top of your library, like that one. I'll make a treasure. Do I have enough mana to do this again? Sure, fill up my hand. And this time, I won't click wrong. I won't press spacebar. So you see this? You have to press decline. Unintuitive, but now Beluna's back to 3 mana. Yes, please. I'll tap the Bramble for this, because it only taps for green. The greatest henge you've ever seen. The only thing I really want to make sure I'm doing is leaving up 1 blue and at least 1 colorless. For Sword Coast Serpent, being able to bounce Raga Draga in response to things. Could also risk it. I'll risk it. There we go. Rewarded. And we pass the turn right back to them. Next turn, probably going to swing in since we have Koma and the many, many snakes. Uh-oh. It's not hoofing time, is it? No, it's not. Okay. Make a treasure. I think it's just about time for combat. Just double checking, making sure there's nothing else I want to get down first. I'll draw a card first. I'll just play this young red dragon. I can't attack this turn, but it is cute. Everybody except for the mana dorks, swing on in. A heroic intervention. Okay, I will still bounce this back into your hand before you get that indestructible hexproof. It's not a crater hoof, it's Carter's oof. You're actually Sharpent? Snacky. Snacky. Oh, I mean, sure. I can make Koma indestructible. But, yeah, no, that's fine. Go ahead and make Koma indestructible, sacrificing the only snake that's not attacking in here. So they did not go to prevent the maximum amount of damage. Which means that they're down to 5 life now. I could make a treasure. We could ramp. I'll ramp a little. Oh, I thought I grabbed Beanstalk Giant. You know what? This is fine.
I've seen things that would break someone like you.
Ooh, that's a fun one. They think they have a way to gain trample. I do have at least one adventure that can give trample. I was not trying to play Vivian there. I was trying to grab beans to get a land. See if they got a big ramp thing. A thing that they can pay mana for. Because they have so many. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 11? 12, 13, 14? A lot. They have so much mana. If they attack in, these have vigilance. And I get to block. I'll block the 4/4 and the 3/3. But wait, there's more? What you gonna do with all that mana? What's going on here? Why are you tapping for 10? Maybe it's a burn spell? Because a burn spell would give +7/+7, and that would kill me. Either that or I just like tapping. Which... Sure. What you got there? You playing something? It's Electro Dominance! Nice! And Electro Dominance will allow them to give +7/+7 to one of their creatures. And we're dead! Nice job, Raga-Draga! Vivian, I'm still mad you came down instead of the Beanstalk Giant. I don't think having the extra blockers would have made much of a difference. I'm still mad I clicked on you by accident. You get out of here. Get out of here, young lady. Alawando the Seer. A card that cares about a type of card that isn't really in Arena. Suspend. But the card itself can actually suspend cards using its abilities. Well, suspend them. You draw and exile cards from your hand, putting time counters on it. Then, you remove time counters from cards in exile. It's a unusual way to cast things for free over time. And we don't... I'm trying to think if there's anything with suspend in Arena. I don't think so. I'm going to hold open my counterspell, bounce spell here, rather than play my ramp, since Alawando could come out this turn. Nice! Makes their creatures and enchantments uncounterable, which is why we can bounce it. Whee! We can also counter that. It's a weird spell in that it is counterable itself. Hey, just messing up your curve. Don't mind me. As I do. Ah, behold. Counter spell! I'll get down the Bramble Familiar. You've never seen Alawando before? It's not one that you'll run into very often. Especially not in Arena. I've had a lot of people, like, ask me, like, Amy, how do I get to, like, build with this card? I really want to play with this card. And I have to tell people, like, I don't know. It's a weird one. I want more. And this will double my adventures. Letting me double mill, double fill, double buff, get double tough. Can't be countered. I'll go 3-1, 3-1. Or sorry, 2-1, 2-1. Yes, please. Looking good. Play that Picnic Ruiner. Swinging. Untapping Alawando? Yes, yes. You're going to want to untap him to get multiple time counters removed. We have a whole bunch of buffing spells here. I'll swing with everybody. They draw. They'll get to exile a card from hand. Card they exiled was Kelpie Guide. That is something that untaps Alawando. Go to blockers. They're untapping him. Great. Who do you block? Oh, never mind. Maybe they have another untap effect. Remember, I can still Tails End these abilities. Sure. Let's see, we can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or... not lethal. Well, hold on now. I think this might just be lethal. A happy little picnic ruiner. With a whole bunch of buffs. GG. Alawando the Seer. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. As always, if you'd like to watch me record this live, come on over to twitch.tv/Amazonian, where I play Magic pretty much every single day. I'll be playing a mix of both Limited with the new Wilds of Eldraine set, and building a bunch of new decks and upgrading old decks with the cards from the set. Beluna is my first commander from the set, but if you want to get an idea of some of the other commanders I'll be building, take a look at my video that's about my favorite commanders from Wilds of Eldraine. There's a lot of them. I think they're super fun, and it gives me an excuse to jam these cards here in Historic Brawl. Some of them I'll actually be building for Commander as well, like Beluna. I actually have a ton of adventure cards, so I may as well, right? I played in the original Eldraine Standard, so I can throw down with Beluna. If there's another commander you'd like to see, or see a deck get upgraded and updated, let me know. There's a ton of new enchantments that were brought into Arena as part of this set. They're not in the set itself, they're actually part of this bonus sheet. But if you ever want to see, hey Amy, what does Ragavan look like with a blood moon? Maybe we could re-record some Ragavan with a blood moon. I think it would be pretty sweet. Thank you again so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.